Now this is the Safe Lock product. I've seen lots of this product, but perhaps you can tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so Safe Lock actually is a revolutionary anti-pullout protection system. It's actually the new standard for roughing applications or demanding milling applications, where you want to combine a very high precision milling chuck or shrink fit, press fit, hydraulic chuck system with an absolute safety and security. And 10 years ago, we actually developed and patented it and licensed it up to cutting tool makers, so that you can buy a cutting tool with the shank, Safe Lock shank as a standard by default with the cutting tool maker, and you can choose your own regular cutting tool maker and geometry that you use for your own application. So why does Safe Lock make sense? Because nowadays the cutting tool maker are actually developing latest and greatest geometries, grinded for 3 micron. They have a special edge prep, all these nice fancy things to bring 10-20% better productivity and high precision. But when it comes to tool clamping, we felt that still the customers or users are doing the same like 50 years ago. They push the cutting tool out of center and make out of a 4-flute cutting tool a 2-flute cutting tool. And that's where Safe Lock kicks in, because you can achieve the great runout accuracy of 3 micron but with the shrink fit or hydraulic, and you have absolute safety by having drive keys in the holder, symmetric drive keys in the holder. So when you shrink in the holder, you shrink it and you slightly twist it, and the grooves are in the same way than in the actual cutting tool, the actual edge of the cutting tool. So there's no movement at all. You have a safety belt for the cutting tool. You can push the machine tool to the limit, so you get higher productivity, and you get much better tool life compared to a weld-on flat, because the runout is 10 times better than with the conventional tool holding. And for that reason, we have seen the Safe Lock really being a new standard in the aerospace industry, but now it moves to any kind of application, any kind of industry, because you go into die and mold, you have a big mold to machine, and the customer is afraid of using a high precision system that gives him better runout, better tool life, better productivity, because of the fear of pullout, of slippage at a big mold to destroy the mold. With Safe Lock, there's no safety concern anymore. You can securely hold the cutting tool, push the machine. So in the die and mold segment we see it in general machining. That's why also, if we look at our power mill line over here, we have developed our power mill line, an end mill series that is suitable for steel and stainless steel applications, also with the basic mill. So they have the Safe Lock by default, so you can use it at a very wide range. So if we look over here at the power mill line, you see the groove with the cutting tool. We have different geometries, and this shows that Safe Lock is not only limited to the aerospace, but really is a game changer in modern machining, 4-axis, 5-axis machining. That brings me to the part of the trochoidal milling machines. Today we had a good presentation about new CAD/CAM software presentation and strategies. So with Safe Lock, actually, all those CAD/CAM softwares have one in common. They enlarge the engagement of the cutting tool, so that the full cutting edge is actually cutting and engaged with higher speeds and optimized cutting parameters. And for that, the Safe Lock is all important, because you have like a wine opener effect. And if you look at other competitors in the market, they use a weld-on or whistle notch holder to securely hold their 300-pound end mill for these modern technologies, because otherwise, if they clamp it in a regular system, you have this wine opener effect, and even at those modern strategies, it would lead to pullout. So Safe Lock really is the way to go in the future, not only in the aerospace, in any kind of application, and especially if you use iMachining, CAD/CAM optimized applications, trochoidal milling, or high performance cutting, whatever the user is calling it.
I see 2 massive advantages. One is increased productivity. You push the machine to its limit. And secondly, maybe more importantly, process reliability. We're not going to be dropping our mills out of spindles and maybe damaging or scrapping components.
Absolutely, you're right about that, because you have to imagine the goal of this new strategy is that you can also run lights off in the third shift. But you know, if you need the process chain to be absolutely high quality, from the machine tool, the software, the CAD/CAM software, the tool holder, the cutting tool, the fluent, everything must be perfect. And in this regard, only if you have the safety, like a safety belt, that nothing can happen. Basically, you can rely on the process and you can run without unmanned, basically, and this is a big factor, and that's why the Safe Lock, in conjunction with our tool holding portfolio, like we have here the Cool Flash that can be combined with Safe Lock. That's a big part for process security and safety, because the Cool Flash is an upgraded coolant delivery system that is especially important, because if you run the third shift and you have a chip stack up because the coolant doesn't actually blow out all the chips, you have a problem again. So basically, HAIMER offers you, as a system provider, around the tool clamping, around the machine tool for tool holding, shrinking, balancing, measuring systems. We offer you the full package and solution, and we want to bring that to the market here in the UK by our own presence in the Manchester suburb area here, and with an own staff, own sales and service staff, customer service, and especially after sales support is very important to us, because we believe the quality wins. That is our philosophy. Also perfectly fits, or is important to have it in the service, and that's why we are here present in the UK, and we are looking forward to a great growth here in this very interesting market.
And just finally, it's not the only anti-pull-out system. Is yours the best?
Well, you know, I think the success speaks for itself. So in our opinion, Safe Lock is, and not only in our opinion, but over 10 multinational cutting tool companies have licensed and standardized on Safe Lock. Name it a Kennametal or Sandvik Group with Coromant, Walter, Seiko. Name it OSG as the Japanese market leader for solid end mills. All these customers, or lately Mapal, all these license partners are convinced that Safe Lock is the only standard and the only option for the future to go forward. And I think this is the best answer to that, because all the other systems, they are like a little bit like a me too. They secure the cutting tool maybe at the existing cutting parameters, but with Safe Lock, it's the only system that you can actually take advantage and even increase productivity and take one more step ahead. So that's why if you are looking for an anti-pull-out solution, you should come to the Safe Lock system, because it offers you great variety and great options by so many very good quality cutting tool makers.
Well, that's a glowing reference, isn't it? You're actually selling this product to your competitors. So thanks a lot. Thanks for today.
Thank you very much for being here at our inauguration. We really appreciate that the team of MTD is supporting us, and thank you very much.